Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
Voters across Missouri and the nation head to the polls. We'll have a look at the state and county-wide races. Also, the city of Farmington changes its personnel policy. And one local school was affected by the Tom Sauk Reservoir breach. We'll tell you how. All of these stories.
A cool day here in southeast Missouri for Election Day. Will your Wednesday be better? I'll let you know. Coming up in Storm Tracker Weather Forecast.
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and here are the top stories that we're working on for you at this hour. Voters across the country are casting ballots today. In Missouri, Republican Todd Akin is trying to unseat Democratic Senator Claire McCaskill. Also up for election are all state executive offices, including governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of state, treasurer, and attorney general. In the 18 Eyewitness News viewing area, 2 state Senate seats are up for election. In the 3rd District, Republican Gary Romine is squaring off with Democrat Joe Fallert. In the 25th District, Democrat Terry Swinger is facing Republican Doug Leibla. There are 4 area races for seats in the State House of Representatives, too. Republican Elaine Gannon and Democrat Rich McCain are vying for the 115th District. Now, in the 143rd District, Democrat Shane Van Steenis will face Republican Pogue. The 144th District will be decided between Republican Paul Fitzwater and Democrat Michael Jackson. And in the 153rd District, Republican Steve Cookson is challenged by Independent Jack Johnson. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast. Dustin, which side of the fence are we going to be on?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. Let's take a look at those current conditions throughout southeast Missouri at the 6 o'clock hour. 46 right now in Festus and St. Genevieve. Ironton right now at 48, 47 in Fredericktown, 49 in Piedmont, and 49 right now in Poplar Bluff. Going through the evening hours, we will see a mostly cloudy sky for the most part, and we will see temperatures in the 40s, 44 at 7 p.m., 42 by 9, and by midnight, a partly cloudy sky, so the clouds will start to decrease with a temperature around 39. Looks like more cooler weather is on the way for southeast Missouri for tomorrow, but some sunshine for tomorrow. I'll let you know. I'll give you all the details coming up later in weather.
Voters in Madison County will be deciding the largest number of county races in today's election. They'll be casting ballots for District 1 Commissioner, District 2 Commissioner, Sheriff, Assessor, and Coroner. In Wayne County, voters will select commissioners for the Eastern and Western districts, as well as a new sheriff. Washington County voters will elect 1st and 2nd district commissioners, and voters in Perry County will cast ballots for District 1 commissioner and sheriff. Other counties in the 18 Eyewitness News viewing area featuring single races: sheriff in Reynolds County, coroner in St. Francis County, and a commissioner for St. Genevieve County's 2nd district. The majority of Farmington City employees are no longer required to live within the school district. The Farmington City Council waived the residency requirement at a recent meeting. City Administrator Greg Beavers tells 18 Eyewitness News that because the district is irregularly shaped, it didn't work well as a boundary.
You could live about 18 and a half or 19 miles out of Farmington and meet that residency requirement. But in some cases, if you go 5 miles out of town, you're outside the school district and couldn't meet the requirements. So because of the irregularity of it, it didn't make good sense for a boundary.
However, Beavers tells us that some positions are still required to live within the city limits.
There's 3 positions in the city that are required to live in the city. That's the city administrator position, the police chief, and the public works director.
Beavers adds that Farmington firefighters are required to live within 5 miles of the main fire station. A Bismarck man is expected to be arraigned this week on charges of forcible rape and assault. 26-year-old Todd Allen Patterson is being held in the St. Francis County Jail on a $300,000 bond. Now, Patterson is accused of raping and beating a Bismarck woman on Friday evening. She was first taken to a local hospital and then, due to the severity of her injuries, was flown to St. Louis. If convicted, Patterson could be sentenced up to 15 years for the rape and up to 30 years or life in prison for the assault. A Farmington man who is already serving a 15-year prison sentence for voluntary manslaughter is now facing drug charges from 3 years ago. Jason Parent is charged with possession of a controlled substance and unlawful use of a weapon. The case had been dismissed in April because an essential witness was in prison and refused to testify. But the case was refiled, and the charges stem from a June 2009 incident when Farmington police were called because Parent had pointed a gas-propelled gun at another man. At the time, Parent was found in possession of 11 prescription pills. He'll be arraigned on his new charges in circuit court on December 21st. This past April, he was found guilty in connection with the 2010 death of Doris Clanton, a disabled former Green Beret. And when we return on 18 Eyewitness News, how the Tom Sauk Reservoir breach has impacted a local school district. That story coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day with 90 days same as cash. Easy payment plans to fit your budget, no hassle leasing, and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customers, in Donovan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance, call 223-3200.
Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins and Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
In 2005, Ameren, Missouri's hydroelectric reservoir at Tom Sauk collapsed. The utility paid millions of dollars in penalties for the incident. Lesterville School Superintendent Earlene Fox tells 18 Eyewitness News it was important for the district that Ameren was allowed to rebuild because they pay more than 57% of the school district's local assessment.
It's very important for this school. If they hadn't got to build back, it would have been a devastation for the district.
In fact, Fox even says when the plant was idle, Ameren still paid their taxes.
While they were under construction, our assessed valuation went up. And I can't say an ill thing about Ameren. They never quit paying their taxes. There was a year there when nothing was going on. They could have protested and not paid, but they continued to pay the same amount.
Fox says the utility donated desks, chairs, and other office supplies that were left over after the plant got back up and running. Well, decorating for the annual Festival of Lights at Clearwater Lake is underway. President of the Clearwater Lake Association, David Zalos, says they've been looking for individuals, organizations, and church groups to put up displays.
Anyone who would like to put up a Christmas display out at the River Road Campground out at Clearwater Lake, and they would basically set it up. The Clearwater Lake Association operates the lights, turns them on Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights, starting Black Friday, running through December 31st.
Zaloy says the Festival of Lights is a partnership between the association and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Corps of Engineers donates the campsites, electricity. They provide all the juice that runs the lights, and the Lake Association turns on and off the lights and operates them.
If you're interested in putting up a display, you'll find a link to the application by clicking this story at our website, KDKZ18.com. Well, after all the political campaigns, how about one that everyone can support? The Reynolds County Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. Sister Rita Schoenhoff says you'll see the kettles out in just a few weeks.
We usually start mid-November, and we have the different churches each take a weekend and evenings, and they volunteer their time and come out and ring the bells, stand by the kettles, and that goes on all the way up until Christmas, through Christmas Eve.
Sister Rita says 85% of all the money donated to the Red Kettle stays in the county.
We use them for emergencies that arise through the year. If somebody has a burnout, we try to help with that. If somebody, if there's floods or if there are accidents or if people are pushed over the edge by a medical emergency, we can help with it.
Last year's Christmas Fund helped out 265 emergencies for folks in Reynolds County.
We are seeing some sunny skies on the way for southeast Missouri. I'll let you know about that coming up next in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at weather headlines throughout southeast Missouri at 6 o'clock hours. We're going to see some clearing skies late tonight. Temperatures remain on the cool side, but it does look like some warmer air will be here by the weekend. Currently here in southeast Missouri, it's cool out there. 46 in Festus and St. Genevieve, Fredericktown at 47. 48 right now in Ironton, Piedmont 49, as well as in Van Buren and Poplar Bluff. Currently here at the studio, 45 degrees under a cloudy sky, feels like 45. Current dew point 41 with 84% humidity and a west wind at 6 miles per hour. Going through the day on your day on Wednesday, a high pressure system over the Midwest, giving us nice sunny skies, but some cooler weather as well. For tonight, partly cloudy sky late in the night, 39 for your overnight low, 34 up in Festus, 36 in St. Genevieve, down in Piedmont 36, 36 in Poplar Bluff, 36 in Ellington, and 33 in Van Buren. Then for tomorrow, we'll see a sunny sky, 50 degrees for pretty much everywhere. But as further south you go, a little bit warmer, 56 in Poplar Bluff, 55 in Piedmont, 54 in Ellington, Ironton 53, and 50 in St. Genevieve. Next several days are looking like this throughout southeast Missouri. On your Thursday, mostly sunny, 59. Warmer on Friday, 65, mostly sunny. Partly sunny and 67 on your day on Saturday. Then on Sunday, chances of showers and thunderstorms, high at 63. Then some showers in the area on Monday, high at 50 and 51 and sunny on Tuesday. A look at our weekend forecast once again here in southeast Missouri. 67 and partly sunny on your Saturday, low of 52. 63 with some showers and thunderstorms on Sunday with a high of 44. And don't forget, you can check out my social media pages. I do have a couple of them. You can follow me on Twitter at DustinKopp_KDKZ, and you can like me on Facebook at DustinKopp_KDKZ, and check out our website, KDKZ18.com. Just click on the weather tab for the latest weather information. Fred, back to you.
Today's tour of Missouri starts in Cape Girardeau, where a teenager gets probation after pleading guilty to beating her neighbor in a hate crime. 17-year-old Mercedes Ayers pleaded guilty October the 1st and admitted the beating was motivated in part by the victim's sexual orientation. Now, Monday, Judge William Styler sentenced her to 5 years of probation. The victim was hospitalized with an eye injury and severe bruising. A western Missouri man who lied about being a disabled war hero to get federal contracts has been sentenced to prison in Kansas. The U.S. Attorney's Office says 70-year-old Warren Parker of Blue Springs, Missouri, was sentenced Monday to slightly more than 7 years. Parker pleaded guilty back in April to numerous counts, admitting that he lied to secure more than $7 million in government contracts under a program designed to help small businesses owned by service-disabled veterans. Parker claimed he served in Vietnam and earned 3 Silver Stars and 3 Purple Hearts. In fact, authorities said he never left Missouri while serving as a National Guard mechanic. A Kansas City Children's Hospital says it plans to ban soda and sugar-filled juices from its vending machines, cafeteria, and gift shop. Officials at Children's Mercy Hospital says the move is aimed at fighting childhood obesity. The ban will take effect in January. Employees and visitors will be able to bring in their own sugary drinks, but they won't be sold at the hospital. Missouri's turkey hunters reported taking nearly 8,500 birds last month. That's a 20% increase from October of 2011. Conservation officials said the outlook is good for the upcoming spring turkey season after a string of seasons in which Missouri's turkey population struggled because of wet weather, which can be difficult for ground nesting wildlife. Eric Holman is the new Miss Missouri USA. Holtman, who entered the contest as Miss Montgomery USA, was crowned Sunday in St. Charles. She's a third-year student at the St. Louis College of Pharmacy. Holtman will represent Missouri at the Miss USA 2013 pageant. And that's your 2-minute tour of Missouri for today. Coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News, putting your flu IQ to the test. We'll show you how a little knowledge can make a big difference when it comes to protecting your family this flu season. That's coming up next in Your Health.
I'm Stacy Johnson. Would you voluntarily pay for things you could get free? You probably are. I'll explain just ahead on Money Talks News.
Your Health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge. We're caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment with a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit.
Gearing up for what could be a nasty flu season, medical companies will produce nearly 150 million doses of the flu vaccine this year. That's 17 million more than last year. Still, many Americans will choose not to get the flu vaccine, some insisting that it can do more harm than good. But doctors will tell you in almost every case that's a myth, one of several that you should avoid during the flu season. Here to dispel the 4 common flu myths is Clark Powell.
So how do you guys wash your hands?
Every flu season, Dr. Dennis Cunningham spends time talking to kids about prevention. An expert on infectious diseases at Nationwide Children's Hospital, he says if there's one group that catches, carries, and infects more than any other, it's them.
Germs are pretty easy to pass around, and flu is really contagious. It's very easy for one child to give it to another child, and next thing you know, they bring it home.
And they can bring it home purely by contact. Myth number 1 is that the flu is only spread by sneezing. In truth, this demonstration shows how quickly kids can spread almost anything. These toys are dusted with a powder invisible under normal light, but after sharing the toys for just a few minutes, you can see with black lights just how much the powder, like a virus, has spread. Myth number 2 is that you should wait until it's cold outside to get your flu vaccine.
Turns out vaccinating people even in August will protect them throughout the entire flu season. This also includes the elderly who typically have been the group people were most worried about.
Myth number 3 is that flu vaccines don't protect you from current strains, but researchers work hard to stay one step ahead of the virus.
Every year there's 2 A strains that are picked and 1 B strain of influenza. So we're going to be protected against everything that's likely to circulate.
Finally, the myth that you can actually catch the flu from a flu vaccine. Cunningham says the vaccine can make you achy and leave your arms sore, but it's not the flu.
True influenza, someone is sick in bed for a week. High fevers, achiness, everything hurts.
Something you can likely avoid by using a healthy dose of common sense. At Nationwide Children's Hospital, this is Clark Powell reporting.
Doctors also say that cleaning your hands often will help, and it's very important to make sure children get flu vaccines. They can not only infect each other at school, but siblings, parents, and grandparents as well. Odds are that you're sometimes spending too much on things that you could be getting for less. Sometimes you do it for convenience, sometimes because you're not aware of less expensive or even free alternatives. Money reporter Stacy Johnson tells us that some quick ideas can put some extra money in your pocket.
Since you work hard for your money, you probably don't think you'd waste any. But you know what? You probably do. Prime example, news. If you still pay for magazines and newspapers, get them free online. And what about free checking? Sure, it's getting harder to find, but it's still out there. Best bet? A credit union. And speaking of banking fees, you know that Americans pay billions of dollars every year just for using another bank's ATM. Get an app that'll show you where your bank's ATMs are, or better yet, just get extra cash back when you're at the store. Don't ever pay for a scholarship search. That's something else you can get free. And what about free 411? Companies now charge up to $2.50 just to give you a number, but you can use a service like 800-FREE-411 to get numbers for free if you'll listen to an ad. Or Google, text to business to GOOGLE on your cell phone, and you'll get the number texted back. You shouldn't have to pay to check luggage. If you can't fly a baggage fee-free airline, try to get on elite status on the one you fly most. That can get you 1 free bag per flight. Better yet, pack light and carry on. And last but not least, let's not forget the library. Here you got free books, video, music, magazines, information, internet access, and even ebooks. Bottom line, the best things in life, still free. And so are some of the other things you might be wasting money on now. Want more ideas for free stuff? Go to MoneyTalksNews.com and just do a search for free. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
As Stacy said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to our website, KDKZ18.com. Click on the Money Talks link under the Lifestyles menu.
And coming up in sports, Park Hill Central is the Class 3 District 1 champion. Yadier Molina collects another defensive honor, and Mizzou's offensive line loses yet another guard, this time for the entire season.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1. This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News.
Back in September, St. Genevieve edged by Park Hill Central a final of 22-21. On Monday night, the Rebels got revenge when they tamed the Dragons a final of 28-7 and earning the Class 3 District 1 crown. Park Hill Central will now face John Burroughs Saturday afternoon at home starting at 1:30. It's the state quarterfinals, and you can hear the game live on our affiliate Froggy 96 and across the World Wide Web at froggy96online.com. Yadier Molina is continuing to collect defensive honors, the latest coming when Wilson Sporting Goods named him the top defensive player for the Cardinals in 2012. This marks the first season that Wilson has ever handed out a Defensive Player of the Year award. For Molina, the individual honor is one of several he's already piled up for the offseason. He earned the Fielding Bible Award for Best Defensive Catcher by unanimous vote And Rawlings named Molina its National League Gold Glove catcher for the 5th straight season. Mizzou tackle Justin Britt will miss the rest of the season with a torn ACL suffered Saturday at Florida. Britt's loss is the latest in a long line of injuries to hit the Tigers' offensive line this season. Guards Travis Ruth and Jack Mineers remain sidelined by injuries, and tackle Taylor Chappelle has missed the entire season. In addition, guard Elvis Fisher was injured earlier in the season and has also missed playing time. That's Today in Sports. Fred and Dustin, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. Let's take a quick check of that forecast for the rest of this evening. We're going to be seeing cloudy skies and a temperature around 44 at 7 p.m. That's when the polls will close, so then you can head home and be in the nice warm heat at your house. 9 p.m. cloudy skies, 42 degrees, and by midnight partly cloudy and a temperature around 39. The weather is going to actually be sunny tomorrow, so we have something to look forward to. Well, we hope you have a good night. Newswatch is next. And don't forget, you can go to our website, kdkz18.com, for your latest news, weather, and sports, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll be back at 10 o'clock for the latest news, weather, and sports right here on 18 Eyewitness News.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Coming up tonight on KDKZ Channel 18.